Before we jump into the adventure, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Roll20. Roll20 is the virtual tabletop that we're using to make this game possible. It hosts the map, the dice roller, and all of our character sheets, and they've seen fit to include us in their Spotlight program, which not only will help raise awareness and help viewers find the channel, but also gives us access to the pro-level subscription and unlocks many of the features like dynamic lighting and many of the scripts that we use to bring our game to the next level. So if you have any questions about how to get started or are looking to improve your abilities with Roll20, do not hesitate to reach out and we will do what we can to help you. It's a really powerful tool and we're thankful for them for sponsoring this show. And welcome back to another episode of our Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure. I have gathered a whole crowd full of super awesome people who are totally going to kill a dragon one of these days, I think. Jammerl, why don't you go ahead and tell us what happened last week?
All right, I'll try. So we started off with Zook speaking with the Centaur Xanth about the recent orc troubles in the forest. They've been working with a group of half-orc spellcasters on some dark magic. Xanth agreed to help us in our fight against the Dragon of Icespire Peak if we assist them in removing the orcs from the area. The group met back up, deciding to help Xanth once we had safely escorted Tybor back to Phandalin. We then had a tremendous amount of roleplay, including Tybor counted out some coins in the same manner as his brother. Zook and Illum discussed Rathian's new horse. Kazdor directly approached Rathian about what came over him in the barrow. We visited Harbin. Illum and Rathian drank together. The silent types took a silent moment to themselves. And a caparison was purchased.
Caparison.
The next morning, we started on our journey to meet the Centaur Xanth as we try to purge the land of the Orcish plague. On the way, we came upon a very strange tree that had been burned in some dark ritual. We discovered some dolls equipped with the ever-beating animal hearts that were tied to a tree. After some deliberation and investigation, Zook decided the best way to deal with this was to blast it with a fireball. We then came to a wash, empty of water at the moment. We stood atop a small hill on one side as a group of 12 orcs with a female leader crested the other. They roared and charged, and I think that's where we take off.
That is precisely where we left off. I am currently dragging 1,000,000 orc tokens onto a random battle map because there is not a map for this one. But let's go ahead and get the group of y'all over there and the stream over there, and I'll keep throwing down some tokens while y'all roll for initiatives and all of those things.
Got it. I'll grab my own token for you.
So, yep, go ahead and start rolling for initiative.
Whoa! How about a 21? That's a good start. Oh no! Poor Cass.
Rip.
Something's happening in the roll initiative household, I see.
This is gonna go great.
Apparently, we're taking our time.
A 1 and a 2. No, a 1 and a 3. Oh gosh.
Let's get over to the map screen because that's the important one. All right.
That's a lot of orcs.
Yeah. So y'all are free to put yourself however you need to on the map there. I don't know whether you were in a straight line or whether you were... Got it. Take 6 but go ahead and position yourselves how you see you would have came to the top of this little rise. And then keep in mind, there's a little bit of a hill on each side, so it's a slope down. Sorry. It's a slope down and then about 60 feet across, and then a whole mess of orcs. And that's what y'all are looking at. And I got to roll some orc initiatives here.
We didn't have any time to heal before I got blown up on the tree, did I? Or after I got blown up on the tree?
Y'all were still just marching through the woods, but it was...
Wasn't it more than a day later?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember.
Anyone who's watching this at a later point, we all forgot. So we're going to say it was the next day and you had a long rest.
Woo!
So feel free to correct us, anyone listening in the future. How do you guys want me to do these orcs? You want 18 orc turns or do them by groups?
Groups are probably best for simplicity's sake, but I mean, I'm down with 18 turns.
Okay.
Three groups, color coded.
3 groups, plus the half orc lady.
Yeah, perfect.
Vera.
You know,
Vera!
it's not technically, but I'm willing to hand wave that and make it canon if the group of y'all think that makes the best story.
I absolutely.
Hell no.
I want it to be Vera.
It is not Vera.
Xanth made at least 2 different comments that sort of alluded to the fact that it shouldn't be, because she was definitely a druid, and he was saying that these half orcs are like, they're doing some like fell magic that's giving them some ability to change shape.
You heard it here, guys. She was definitely a druid.
Definitely, maybe.
Definitely, maybe.
It's fine if she is. It just makes an interesting story for a loom.
We actually have your friend Centaur in there as well. Rathian, you are in fact on a horse. Keep that in mind when it comes to movement. And the loom, it is your turn. I think you won the tiebreaker against those orcs. So loom.
All right. She actually is going to get somewhat close to Rathian and oh crud, now I forget the name. I just had it in my mind too.
Am I the only one that sees 2 copies of the loom on the map?
There is. I will deal with that. There you go. There is only one.
He must have pulled his own token out, like he said he was going to, and I ignored because I had already done it.
Sorry. So Illum walks right up next to you and says, she looks up at you and says, your darkness, it doesn't affect me. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage. And then she looks ahead and is just going to start chucking some Eldritch Blasts, I think.
Nice.
So she steps a half step forward maybe, and how far across this?
The gully itself is 60 feet. So from one end of the gully to the other, I believe is exactly 60.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to, so I'm going to start with an Eldritch Blast, and I am smart enough to go straight for the head of the snake. So I'm going to target half-orc lady.
Yeah, so it's a 10-foot like sharp decline, 60 feet across, and then a 10-foot, and it's not 10 foot long, it's a 10-foot high. So give or take 5 to 6 foot horizontal distance for the hill.
Cool.
But again, you can get there.
Right. You can and it's more wash, not gorge, right? So it's sort of sloped up.
You're not going to want to run full speed down it without like looking where your feet are going.
Okay.
But it is not a straight cliff, and it is not a casual slope. Like,
cool.
It would be the kind of hill where you get going and your feet are going faster than you can handle were it any longer. But the fact that after 3 steps you're at the bottom of it, you're okay.
Yeah, so as she shoots, so she does her symbols in the air, a blue force spirals out from her palms. 24 to hit, I think is gonna do.
Yep.
All right, so that's gonna be how about 9 force damage?
Okay. Which one were you shooting?
The half orc. Oh. And at the same time, she says loud enough for her friends to hear, but not perhaps for those across the wash. Hopefully, she says, "We should let them come to us. We'll have the advantage." And that's it for Loom.
A group of orcs is going to come to you because they can use their sweet orc ability where they have aggressive, and as a bonus action, they can move up to their speed towards a hostile creature. So this whole clump of them is going to orc charge at y'all.
I apologize. That was not a critical hit, so it should have only been 5 damage. Sorry about that.
I will fix it momentarily. Illum, you are the first one to shoot, so you're going to get an orc. Rathian, you're on a horse, so you're going to get 2 orcs. And Longtooth, you were yelling with a spear, so you're going to get an orc.
So stop that orc 5 feet back, and he provokes opportunity attack for coming up on me with my spear.
Fair enough. Do the thing.
I'll do the thing. I crit roll for 23.
Okay.
I say, come orc, let us embrace.
That's your first attack with your new weapon.
Oh my gosh,
that's beautiful.
He's charging up the hill, and you have the high ground, and you just straight down skewer all the way through his shoulder, and it comes out the back, and he like propels himself slightly further forward due to the momentum, and then just falls backwards and crumples down the hill. That guy is out of the fight.
That was beautiful.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. Good job, that guy. Illum, great axe for you. Oh man. It crit you. It's not rolling damage for me again. Stand by. Gotta fix the character sheet.
All good.
It totally crit, I swear. I know you can't see it, and I know the stream can't see it, but it was a 25 and an 11, I swear.
Believe you.
We made a new game, so all of my tokens went back to the default setting. That's 8 damage to you. I'm just going to use that damage rather than trying to make it roll.
If it was a crit.
Sure. What's it? Somebody roll a d12. I rolled the 2 attacks for Mr. Rathian.
Seal my own fate.
Yep. So 12 to Illum, an 18 on Rathian, and a 22 on Rathian for 7 and 6 damage.
Do they have disadvantage for attacking up at a rider? I don't know how the rules for that work.
I would have to.
I don't think so.
Look at that, but I can't think of a reason why.
Then only the second one hits, as the first one bounces off my shield.
Got it. And that's going to bring us to Jamrel.
Do they have savage attacks?
Not that I see. No.
Okay.
All right, let's have some fun. I'm going to come to here, I think. And then I'm going to reach out and right here cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
So it should pretty much get all of these guys.
Okay.
Come on, General.
That is misclicked. There you go.
Dex, and it's a 14 for you?
It is.
We go.
All right, we're going to start
Good
with
luck.
the half-orc lady, and I'm going to remember to fix her sheet before I roll so that I don't have to lie to you. So much clicking as a GM. All right, half-orc lady, 13, she fails. She gets a purple dot. What color is your fairy fire?
Purple's fine.
Was there like 8 orcs over there? Jesus.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That orc is super good.
Yeah. That guy did he stuck the landing when he was done.
That guy like jumped behind a tree real quick.
So 3 passes in there.
All right,
5
so
of them.
we're just gonna start at the top and work our way down. So that guy fails, that guy passes, that guy passes. I keep saying guy. I believe that there's a lovely mix of male and female orcs.
If you look at the female orcs in the whichever book has the special thing on orcs, you can't tell much of a difference. So they very well could be some females there.
Volos or Xanathars?
It's one of those two. I can't remember which one. It's Volos or the other monster one.
Oh, yes.
And then as Jamrel kind of passes back past Cassador, he's going to bardically inspire her with the natural shoulder rub and back up behind the line.
Is there actual skin to skin this time, or is it more of the hover hand again?
I don't know, Cassador, is there any bare skin on your shoulders?
There's probably a lot of it.
She's
All right,
wearing like
sure.
a loincloth and like armbands.
Like scraps.
Just kind of wipes his hands on his pants, make sure they're not sweaty, and just kind of
Gives the old clammy high school rub.
exactly.
We wouldn't want Centaur to get dirty, right?
Hey, I took a bath in a river like 3 games ago.
Right.
That's right, she
There you
did.
go. And that'll be it for Jamril.
Okay.
Let's all cast AoE spells that have saves so that Seal has to roll 9 of them every time.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna swap my orc tokens out so I remember my groups here, since I'm only using 1 token per group. And watch me delete the one that rolled for initiative halfway into this fight when y'all kill him. I also apologize for anyone that can hear the baby in the background.
Where? Where?
Centaur and Cazador group, y'all are gonna have a bunch of orcs come running towards you. One of them doesn't make it all the way over there, but 2 orcs are going to attack the Centaur, and 1 orc is going to attack Cazador. I will double check whether the Centaur has reach or anything, but it is a 23 on Cazador for 4 slashing damage, a 21 on the Centaur, and a 16 on the Centaur. Centaur does in fact have reach. Is it a feat that gives you the provoking an act? I've been doing too many other systems. As soon as they move past that 10 foot, does he get an attack of opportunity? Longtooth?
No, I that took my reaction. I only get 1 reaction around.
No, I meant the Centaur has a pike. Is it a feat that gives that to
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Okay.
Polar Master.
Okay. Just making sure. I've been reading way too much Star Wars lately.
Is there such thing as too much Star Wars?
I mean, when you have a D&D game the next day and you did no prep because you were nerding out on Star Wars, maybe. Let's see. His armor class is 12, so he takes whole bunches of slashing damage, 27. But he is still alive.
Feel like I got off pretty light.
Yes, he did. And it is Longtooth's turn.
Okay. Longtooth is going to scoot up here, and he is going to first attack the orc that is right in front of Illum. Yeah.
Oh, 21 to hit.
16. Talking about 7 points of damage to
7 to that one.
Yeah.
Got it. Still up.
And as a no, he's done. He's good right there.
Okay. Xanth is going to go. That's an orc character sheet, not a centaur. He's going to strike out with his pike. Yeah, you just wait there, Mr. 5 initiative. Xanth is going to strike out with his pike first to the one kind of catty corner in front of Cazador there, because advantage. Because he's about that kill-stealing life. It's a 21 to hit, so somebody roll me a d10 plus 4, and I'll fix his sheet in a second. And then he's going to... He stabs out with his pike, and then he rears back up, and he brings his hooves down on the top orc in front of him, which is a 15 to hit. So somebody roll me 2d6 plus 4 while I go fix this sheet. Make all y'all do the work for me.
7 and 9.
Cool. And then it is the half-orc lady's turn. And she is going to... Does anyone speak Orcish? Oh, it's Kitty.
I don't think I do.
Okay, she's going to say some stuff in Orcish that you don't understand. And 3 of the orcs are going to start glowing, not purple, because Jamrel claimed that color. So they're going to start glowing red.
That's probably fun.
That's probably fine. So she moved forward, and it's going to be that orc And we'll call it this orc and that orc back there. Cool. Zook.
All right. Zook will go over here. Let's see. And he will call upon his a giant beetle. Clockwork beetle will appear next to him. You haven't seen that one yet. It's a clockwork beetle, kind of large, and you see there's like heat emanating from it as it opens its mechanical mouth and breathes fire. So it's a 15-foot cone. I believe we'll hit these guys. Wait.
3 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Down here.
Yep.
So
Okay.
what do they got to do?
So they gotta make a dexterity saving throw.
And your DC is something ridiculous, right?
It's like 15, I think. Yep. Why can't I click the... So that's going to be...
Nice.
You take 3 fire damage.
And you said the DC was what?
15.
Okay, so the last guy passes, so he takes 1 fire damage.
Incredible.
That's
And
it all
the
adds up.
beetle
They
is
are all
going to
still
move.
alive.
Is going to move right here. And this is going to be my turn.
Okay. We're at the end. There's 2 orcs in front of you. One of them looks really pissed off.
Are either of them injured? Are either of them one long tooth hit?
Nope. He poked the one in front of a loom.
All right, then I'm going to attack the dude immediately in front of me who's glowing red and angry.
Sound plan. From horseback.
From horseback. Armor class 24.
Nice.
6
That
points
is.
of bludgeoning, and then I'm going to smite his face.
Okay. Jesus. Yeah, he did. 13 damage. We'll wreck him pretty goodly.
I like to imagine that his smite is not radiant, but is in fact necrotic. Even though it is radiant, it's just flavored necrotically.
You are telling me you're using your imagination in a role-playing game?
Are you saying it's blacklight?
It's
damage?
black. Yeah, like you can see stains all over his armor as it comes in.
Black light.
Cool.
Rathian, one-man rave.
I'm more concerned about what a black light would find on a random orc.
Just all blinded.
That's really what the fairy fire is.
True.
No comment. All right, well, that's going to bring us back to the slow group of orcs way in the back who will not be able to make it to you this round. So they are going to use their bonus action to move 30, and then they're going to start throwing javelins. So let's have actually, this one can make it to Longtooth. So Longtooth is going to get an axe.
So I'm going to first attack that guy for coming within 10 feet of me because he should know better.
He was behind the hill and didn't see the other guy.
Yeah, and because he's all glowing, I'm going to go ahead and take the -5 to hit here for the +10 damage.
Okay. 16.
11, I'm going to miss.
Let me look. Yep, 13.
I'm going to say I already knew their armor class, but I already knew their armor class.
Well, then he's going to swipe at you.
Okay.
15 to hit for 11 damage.
That's a negative.
Cool. The next 3 are going to be javelins. 1 javelin at Longtooth. 13 is going to miss. 1 javelin at Zook. 22 for 9 piercing damage.
That's gonna hit.
1 javelin at the Centaur because it's just such a big target. 18 for 8. Yeah, that's... Your Centaur is getting kind of jacked up there, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say he's about 50% dead.
He's bloody.
Cazador.
You know, if people are just tuning in right now, it looks like I'm going first.
There's a questionable amount of stuff that's happened on the combat field, but yes.
Just roll with it. This glowing guy in front of me. We're going to give him a little stab. No, this glowing gal in front of me. I'm going to give her a little stab.
A little poke.
Mm-hmm.
Girl to girl.
Oh, another crit!
Yup. Gone. Punched and tumbles and rolls down the hill.
And since it's never really come up before, am I able to do my unarmed strike on another target after moving, or... I've never played a monk before, so I don't know.
Should be based on the way all other attacks work. I'll look that up at some point, but I say yes.
All right, then I'm gonna.
Because multi-attack, you can move in between the multi-attack attacks, and Clay's giving me I can see it in my peripherals. There's a whole bunch of head nodding over there.
Well, then
Also,
let's do that. I'm gonna.
Raz just joined the Twitch chat and says, "I did just show up."
I'm gonna jot over here to this guy, and give him the old punch, kick, punch.
Hit 7 damage. Does not take that guy down yet. Any more punches behind that?
That's it.
Okay. Top of the round with a loom. The orcs have joined the fray, but 3 of them have gone down already. We have the 2 CGI armies clashing scene from every Marvel movie ever.
It's like Civil War though, because it's not that many of them.
Yeah.
Alum cries out to Rathian and says, "Step away! I don't want you to get injured." And she starts glowing as she removes her mask, and this is radiant consumption. So like energy starts crackling off of her, and everyone in a 10-foot radius, she starts literally glowing light, and they're gonna take some damage, which is only 2, but it's an extra 2.
They take that now.
I think so, and it's like there's like energy just pouring out of her eyes and mouth.
Yeah, Rathian like holds his shield up just to block the light.
Awesome.
trots his horse a couple steps this way to make sure it's not in the corona.
Got it.
So that's her action. And I think it happens at the end of each of my turns. I and everyone around me take 2 damage, so I suffer it as well.
Such an Illum thing to do,
right? So it's just 2, but it's still it's 2, and it's radiant. So so those 2 orcs and Rathian and the horse. And then I don't really have any solid bonus actions at this point, so I'm just going to stand my ground. And that's it for Loom this turn.
All right.
It says the radiant damage equals your level, so should it be 4?
Half your level rounded down? Or
the extra radiant damage equals or is that when you surge it?
Yeah, so in addition, once on each, you can deal radiant damage to 1 target.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's equal to my level. So yeah, when I attack. But for now, everybody gets to burn.
I have applied the burn to the orcs, and the orcs are going to retaliate because both of them are going to swing at you now, since you are slightly more a prone target than a guy on a horse who killed their friend.
It's where darkness and light comes together.
Exactly. An 8 is a miss, and an 8 is a miss.
You are too bright. An orc cannot see.
Swing blindly.
Cue Blinded by the Light soundtrack.
Got it. I can't play that. I don't own the rights.
Right.
8 and 13 twice you got there.
That's pretty amazing.
True. And you guys have killed the 2 other orcs in that group, so that is the end of that group. Bringing us back around to Jam Reel.
All right, so the camera kind of zooms in as the 2 orcs miss a loom, and then it breaks, and Jamrel kind of steps to the crest of the hill as it takes a kind of looking up shot. And he locks eyes with this orc shaman and raises his lyre and strikes the pose and casts Dissonant Whispers.
Absolutely going to make it save.
What's
It's a wisdom saving throw. It does.
Yep.
Should have done all that preamble. That's why.
Half damage.
Strike a pose.
3 damage.
That's the best part.
Has your Dissonant Whispers ever worked?
I don't think so.
No.
It's just a
Not
thing that
yet.
Jamble does that we don't understand.
It's gonna work on the dragon. I got a feeling.
Saving the best
Then
for
I'm
last.
just gonna back up some more. Kind of ashamed.
Okay. It sounded really great, but Zook was the only one that heard the power chord.
Yeah, from our perspective, you keep doing this, and all we hear is just like you whispering to yourself. And
What is he?
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, Jamrel, you're still my favorite. The orcs attacking the Centaur are going to go, and they are both going to swing at the Centaur. 23 for the top, 9 for the bottom. So the bottom's going to miss. The top one will do 6 slashing damage to your Centaur friend. I mean,
Well,
acquaintance.
if Cazador would kill that orc and save him, we wouldn't have this problem.
Right? It's all on Cazador.
Yeah, come see me at 4 on initiative.
Can we tell yet what the red dot seems to be doing? What, like, are they raging or something? Or
You haven't noticed anything super awesome. It actually hasn't come into play yet on any of the dice rolls. Their muscles are swole up more, and they have like a red aura kind of glowing and permeating from their eyes and kind of down their arms.
when she cast it, did we all hear? Blah, 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 blah?
Yes, exactly that. It was some Warcraft 2 sound effects. And it's your Centaur friend's turn.
No. You just try to skip Longtooth.
Longtooth. My
You see, I'm paying attention. I'm watching you, see. Okay.
bad. Before
so he-
Longtooth starts talking.
So the orc
I'd like to-
rushed up on him. He caught that swing of the axe on the length of his new spear, boots him off, and turns around and once again stabs at the orc that is on a loom.
Do it.
I'm going to guess that's going to miss.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Well,
attack the one that's down just south of him with my Horde Breaker.
Did it just start raining? a lot?
I was just going
It's
to ask the
raining.
same question.
It's raining.
Thunderstorm. A loom is
I'm
livid.
all about it, but
Yeah. So is a loom for sure.
So
It,
11 damage to that one below hit, then the one in the middle.
I'm trying to find where Longtooth is. Oh, there you are. Which
No.
guy?
The one that is between Rathian and Illum. He first attacked the one that was
Got
on Illum, that missed,
Got
but he
it.
uses his Horde Breaker to attack one within 5 feet of it. All right, so I will now use my bonus action.
Oh, sorry, I miscounted. Sorry, he's got 1 hit point left.
Oh my gosh.
My bad.
No.
You poke him. You poke him real good. But not quite good enough because it has started to rain. It's drizzly at this point, despite what the music sounds like. But you
And
can
then
see that
as
clouds are starting to roll in.
Longtooth is kind of looking back over his shoulder, the one that is on him. The ghost of his son falls out of the sky onto that orc as I cast Hunter's Mark.
There is a crackle of thunder as it happens.
He falls out of the lightning.
Nice.
Sweet. Anything else, sir?
No.
Okay.
1 hit point.
I'm sorry.
Nonsense.
He's a one-hit wonder.
Oh.
Hit point wonder. Your Centaur friend is going to multi-attack. He is going to start with the one wrapped in fairy fire right in front of him, and he's going to try to stab it with a pike. 19 for 5 damages, and great, that one still got 1 hit point. He's going to attack it with his hooves for 12 damage. Great.
Crunch.
Yeah, so he stabs it, and orc takes it to the side just below the ribs and kind of scoots out of the way, but it turns back to face the Centaur just as the front 2 hooves come down right into the skull, and down he goes. And that brings it to the orc lady, the half-orc lady, rather. She is going to scoots right about there, I believe. Yeah, right there. She's gonna fling a lightning bolt right down that line, and I need saves from Zook and Rathian and Illume
And horse.
and Horse. Her DC is something.
This bitch about to kill my horse.
Poor horse.
Does she clip the
Is
orc
it?
with 1 hit point?
It's already dead.
I mean,
It's about to also be on fire.
it's a DC 14. Or take
So-
D6.
So I pass.
Apparently,
passes.
Rathian's armor is highly conductive.
Yeah, both me and my horse just stand there. Like, we are not paying it. I'm still caving this other orc's head in,
Nice.
and I can't see past my own massive arm as the 33 damage comes in
Rounded. Wow.
and zeroes my ass out and kills my horse.
Bones exploding.
We're gonna have to look up what the rules on. I don't recall it saying anything about what happens if the horse gets run out of HP. So
Oh no!
So, yeah, that lightning
Ouch.
comes ripping across and just flattens us both. And you hear Rathian, like, make just the tiniest, most pathetic squeal. Like, ah!
no,
Oh,
no
God.
Wilhelm scream for us.
16 for the others, huh? That hurt.
I like that chat right before that happened asked, has anyone even taken damage yet other than Illume?
Other than from a like, I'm the
Oh,
only
yeah.
one that's caused damage to RT.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Sweet. So that happens, and she ends her turn.
And the only
it-
person that can heal me is me.
Not true.
Oh, that's right. We got Jamrel.
Not true.
Did you
Yeah,
forget
Illume
about him
can heal.
already?
Illume can heal. It's not a lot, but I can get you back on your feet.
That'll work.
Zook, it is your turn, sir.
So Zook is I get this nice mad scientist vibes on the lightning strikes as he probably laughs like a madman.
Is his hair
Uh,
sticking up now?
Yeah, definitely. And the beetle will approach over here and will. I believe I can get 4 of them. Does it work like that? It's a cone technically, so maybe 3 of them.
I'll give you all 4 of them.
So it's
gonna move the
dexterity
whole-
saves on their part.
I'm gonna move the whole battlefield for the sake of the stream. There we go. More.
A
more.
whopping 2 damage if they fail.
Okay.
But Zook will also.
It's
a minute,
3
just checking.
regulars and the half orc, I believe.
He will laugh like, "Yes, show them what you are made of." And the beetle will just glow red and detonate.
Oh,
And
no.
everyone, that's a really bad roll. Everyone in 10 feet, which is 2 orcs and the orc lady, need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I feel like I just got done doing those and probably should have waited until you were done talking. Dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw. That's a 13 and a 3. And then the lady
both.
is a 19.
So she makes it. She takes 4 damage, and the 2 orcs take 8 damage each.
Okay.
And this is gone.
You murder the guy down in front of the Centaur, and the other one and the lady are still up.
And Zook will probably take a few steps back because he is injured. Like, just behind Jamrel. And that's my turn.
Got it. Rathian. 17 on the first death saving throw.
I do not bleed to death immediately. Question, Illume, does your thing damage me at the beginning of my turn or your turn? How does that work?
This is a valid question.
It
lays there dying.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the end of my turn.
Okay.
He's not telling you to move, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really
he
get.
does have concerns for the horse.
Oh yeah, I guess I should roll the horses too.
Yeah, let's give the horse death saving throws.
Oh, he's dying.
Yeah, undeath saving throws. Longtooth, there is going to be an orc that swings an axe at you, sir.
I'll allow it.
20 for 6 slashing damage.
All right.
And this guy is going to run up. You get an attack of opportunity because they
Yeah.
haven't learned yet.
I will take that. That's gonna miss. It's too bad.
Yes,
It's
it
good
will.
damage.
10 will miss. That was a whole lot of damage. You might could have flattened that guy. He's going to crit you for 18 damage.
Tasty.
Yup. And then this one's going to roll towards you. Make that attack of opportunity for me.
Nope. I only get 1 per round.
Oh, yeah, it's your reaction. Okay, well, then he's going to great axe at you. Would a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay. And then this one is going to run down here to help his lady person who just had a bug detonate in her face. And he will, in fact... Let's get some Cazador action in here. Nobody's poked Cazador in a minute. See what I did there? Ooh, crit fail. Cazador.
Well, that doesn't work. All right. Well, this guy totally ruined my plan of going and stabbing and biting this lady. So I'm just going to stab and bite him to get to her.
Classic Cazador.
Yeah. I'll just walk over his corpse after I'm done. I am going to use Jamrel's sweet shoulder pat.
Hit.
Yeah!
Nice. Jamrel strikes again.
Excellent.
4 damage.
We did it! And then I'm going to chomp him.
That'll do it. 6 damage. Sweet.
And
Still alive. Got anything else?
I'm going to move over this way.
No attack of opportunity because of your thing. Cool. Illume.
So this is going to be interesting. So Illume reaches down and lays a hand on Rathian's back and says, I'm sorry, my friend. She uses her healing hands. So you're going to regain a little bit, not a whole lot, but so you're gonna get 4 hit points, come back to consciousness. Then she's going to she's gonna take a chance and step around this orc to get away from Rathian. So she's gonna have one. I think she's gonna provoke one opportunity attack.
23 for 11 slashing.
Oof.
Yep, that does it to Loom.
That's her life for yours, Rathian.
So Rathian
She's
gets up
still
enough-
radiating, and they're still taking damage. So at the end of her turn, they both get burned.
For how much?
2.
Okay.
But I don't know if I got far enough away from the horse.
So it's a 10-foot radius?
It's 10-foot radius, yeah.
You know, there's
It's also going to affect the one that's north of Longtooth, that's on Longtooth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That horse is dead. He's gone for good, guys.
Right after you bought his caparison.
Well, now it's smoldering and in radiant flame.
I'm sorry.
based on this 10-foot circle I've just put around a loom. The horse is outside of it.
Oh, just
You're being
barely.
very generous, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and adjust the camera so the stream can see that. The horse and the circle do not meet. There is visible battle map between the two.
He's so nice.
It's like just a little singeing on the edge of the comparison.
Yeah. But you do incinerate the guy that Longtooth left at 1 hit point, which is the one that in fact attacked you and gave you them 11 slashings. So you light up his life.
Awesome. Yeah, there's just electricity and light arcing off of a loom still. She's just like twitching on the ground.
Okay, and that your turn, sir?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the top orc is unaware that Rathian has jumped back to consciousness because he hasn't stood up yet or anything. Alum is down, so he's going to move towards Longtooth.
Yeah, Rathian didn't even have a chance to notice what was happening, and Illum was down.
20 on Longtooth for 15 slashing damages.
Hold on, I need to check something here.
Oh yeah, that's true, but I don't have to make saving throws until next round. Somebody pointed out in chat that I'm still going to take the damage from myself. So, I'm in a bad way.
All right, so
How you feeling about that decision?
It fits her character.
Longtooth drops.
Oh no, we have 2.5 players down.
And Zook is very low. Come on, Cazador, it's all you.
Cazador's doing great. I don't know what's wrong with the rest of y'all. She's rocking it out.
This is less orcs than I normally take down.
Yep. It is Jamrel's turn.
All right.
Jamrel, you're the support. Keep the group together.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do what I can. Just deciding who needs it more. I mean, Illum is in real bad shape.
Yeah, Illum legit might die if she has to make her save.
But I think I have to get Longtooth. So, seeing Longtooth go down, Jamrel's going to kind of give a little under his breath and cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Longtooth.
He's so nice.
For a measly 7 points of healing. But then, and there's one here that's dead, right?
So the 3 horizontals, it's 2 live orcs and a live half orc.
Okay, he'll just step to the Centaur side and attack this one with his rapier.
Okay. 5 hit points.
And advantage.
Gonna somehow
Nice!
do 4.5 hit points.
Critical hit!
Dead.
Just steps forward and gets that one
Nice.
through the eye as well. The weight dropping him forward.
We're gonna start calling him Jamrel Eye Gouger.
He killed the Onkeg the same way or something like that. Anything else on your turn?
That'll be it. Action, bonus action, everything. I think that's it.
That entire group of orcs is dead, so I'm going to remove it from the turn order. Bringing us to Longtooth.
So Longtooth gasped for air, like he was out, he was down. He started to see the ghost of his wife and his son, and then Jamrel's annoying voice called him back to the land of the living.
No, honey, don't go.
Pretty much. He grabs his spear here and drags himself to his feet, and he will, desperate times, desperate measures, he's going to power attack the glowing purple orc standing in front of him. Hopefully the advantage here will make the difference. So I'm guessing I'll take the 23. That should hit. So he takes 25 points of damage.
You would have killed him with 15.
All right. I'll use Horde Breaker to attack the red glowing one just south of him.
Okay.
This will be a normal attack.
Nice. With a vengeance.
Another 7 points of damage. Now, because I killed something this round, I'll use a bonus attack to attack the red one again. But
10 misses.
10's gonna miss.
Man, them 14 damages, though.
Ugh, that would have been glorious.
Yep.
Anything else?
I've attacked 3 times. It's the best I can do.
Okay. The Centaur is going to charge down the hill, trampling over 2 dead orcs to line up here. And the first thing it's going to do is stab with the pike at the spellcaster lady. Lost my Centaur character sheet.
Ooh,
25 for
nice.
13 damages, and then it's going to kick its hooves at that almost dead orc, and 18 for 9 damage. She had 2 hit points left, so he did. She took 13. Yes. And that's going to be his turn. And then it is her turn. What can we have her do? Oh, let's see. All of her friends around her are dead, so she is going to cast Thunderwave.
Saw that coming.
And she's going to cast it at 2nd level. Con saves from everybody down there, including the Centaur, or take 14 damage and be pushed, I believe.
Dope. 9 for Jammerel. Nice. Cazador dances out of the way.
Push 10 feet back directly.
Does Thunderwave get all 3 of them?
It says 15-foot cube originating on her, and Cazador is within 15 foot.
Oh, yeah, but I think...
You have to lay the cube out.
You have to lay the cube out. That's right. Sorry, I'm the damn notorious DMG playing some 4th edition burst 15-foot cube things. Jamron, you're less of a threat, despite the fact you just skewered that guy. The Centaur's been screwing some people up, so I'm gonna do Centaur Cazador.
But the Centaur saved. Ha
She doesn't know that. So yeah. What was it? 14 damage, so 7. And that is her turn. Zook.
Zook will run a little bit forward, and he will pop an ant right there. So we'll go over here. As he shouts, Rathian, get a loom.
What?
But she radiates fire, man.
And
it hurts.
the 3 of us get 8 temporary hit points. So Longtooth, Rathian, Zook.
And the horse.
If he's not dead, yes.
So the horse.
All right.
The bones start knitting themselves back together, just like when Rathian found it the first time.
That's cool.
Anything else for your turn, Mr. Zook?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Rathian. Oh yeah, Zip raises valid points. Whether temp HP would resurrect something.
It wouldn't.
That's right. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
Get fucked, horse. Back to 0.
Blame Zip. It's all his fault.
All right, I'm gonna scooch on up there.
Chat's supposed to be on our side, not against us. What the hell?
You've been so helpful, and Zip had to show up with his, technically.
It's all good.
And I am going to reach down and grab a loom by the scruff and yank her back to her feet, and in the process, give her 20 points from lay on hands.
Her eyes just go boom, like wide open.
Are they glowing?
Well, they already
Of course.
were, but yeah.
But I meant like they glowing.
Get your ass back in there, kid. And then I'm going to get the hell out of your range.
Awesome.
Right into the range of the orcs who are about to go.
Yeah, I actually can't move that far. I'll just move back over here.
Good. Longtooth, are you standing back up?
Yeah, I
Or
stood
you-
back up
Okay.
on my action.
Just wanted to make sure. Which means that there's going to be...
Oh, shit. That's right. I had to use half my move to stand up, so I'm actually still next to a loom.
I'll make sure you're not there at the end of mine.
We got 3 orc swings, and I have to figure out who they're going to go to. This one will step here and swing at Rathian.
That one provokes for me if he does that.
He's an idiot.
Okay.
So go ahead and please kill him. I need to stop tracking orc turns.
He takes 8 for his,
Insolence.
yeah.
He goes down trying to kill the healers in the back like a good soldier. Misses with a 7 to attack. The orc next to you, Longtooth, up top, is going to swing at 22 for 15.
That puts me at 0.
With the
then-
temporary hit points?
8 plus 7 is 15.
Oh, man.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's going to run right on up to Mr. Zook and swing. Does a 12 hit you?
Nope.
Does a 16 hit you?
16. Wait, I believe it's my armor class, so yep.
Cutting
Nice.
words.
Ooh. Saved by the Jammerel.
It does not hit you.
Thank you.
What
Thanks,
does
Jamrel.
Jamrel say to the orc?
Don't miss, ugly. Aim low, Willis.
Cazador.
York says, "Don't body shame me." I have been waiting 10 whole minutes for this, but I'm gonna hop up on this centaur's back like a freaking Dothraki, and I'm going to stab, kick, stab.
I'm sure he loves that.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten in my way then.
Do the thing. I believe that's a miss. That's a miss.
And I'm going to spend a key point to get 2 unarmed strikes.
Hit for 7. 8 will miss. Oh, you have advantage. 21 will hit.
And I just, at the end of my turn, I just give him like a little friendly pat on his, I guess, horse neck / person torso.
The small of his back, but also his neck.
Yeah.
Got it. Alum, you are back in the world, and existence is pain.
Ain't that the truth? So, seeing how things have gone and believing that the half orc is more to blame than these others, she steps this way to get a clear view at the half orc, but to keep the other orc within her radiant glow. She looks back to Rathian, just gives him locks eyes with him and gives him a nod as thanks, and then again just is going to cast something nasty at this her favorite go-to witch bolt at the half orc with advantage. Oh my god, a 12 and a 9. Does a 12 hit? Okay, so she's still shaking, like, and this arc of lightning just throws dirt everywhere, and that's it.
Rathian gives you a derisive nod back and spits blood on the ground.
Cazador, you like pat the horse and go to lean around to like be like, good job, bro, and then a witch bolt whizzes by and you end up having to like hide back behind the centaur.
Boom!
Christ. Yeah, well, it worked great last time.
Also, Twitch chat's having fun with the How Would Centaur Wear Pants image, so if you haven't seen that, here you go.
All right, well, with the whiff of Witch Bolt, that is it for me. The orc takes 2, and so do I.
Okay. There is one last orc in that clump. Nope, he's in the other clump. That clump is dead. So it's General's turn.
Right. Seeing Longtooth go down again out of the corner of his eye, he's like, "You won't go down, friend," and cast Healing Word at 2nd level again.
That's
For 9 this time.
Nice. Those cursed ones.
Then he's going to take a jump over these corpses. And perhaps nobody else but Kazdor can really see it, but Jamril is fighting with a little tear in his eye as he attempts to stab this lady as well.
No regrets.
I don't know what it's about, but I want to make him feel better.
19 hits.
Me too.
2 piercing damage does not fell the half-orc lady.
And that'll be it for Jamril.
Okay, Longtooth. You're awake, and there's an orc right next to you.
He's like Hulk Hogan. Just when you think he's down, he just starts to shake. He stands back up, grabs that spear, and he is going to attack the orc that is on him. Yeah, of course. So let's do it. The 1 probably misses, right?
Correct.
Or am I rolling it? Is that the 1? Yeah, it's the 1.
Yeah.
I thought I was wondering if I was rolling a disadvantage there. Well, that was exciting. That's it. Done.
Okay. Centaur. Centaur is going to attack with the pike. And crit her because she still has Fairy Fire. So he will do 9 damage. And then he's going to kick her right in the shin for 13 damage. Somehow his horse kick's more deadly than being stabbed with a giant pike.
Yeah.
So I thought she was doing all right, but then the kick to the kneecap is actually going to take her down. So that will finish her off.
And the NPC gets the how do you want to do this?
Yeah. Yeah, she shatters that kneecap he shatters her kneecap into oblivion. And she goes down, and when she goes down, he brings the other hoof down on the back of her head and just crushes her into the dirt.
Splort.
Splort.
Crunch.
Which means it comes around to Zook. There are 2 orcs left up for anyone who can see through all the tokens.
Yep. Zook looks pretty bad at the moment. Looking at the orc in front of him, he will take a step just around him, staying in his range, and he will put his hand forward, and you'll see this little spider climbs on top of it from his bracer and starts to hum, where then it explodes in a thunder wave in front of him. And I need this guy to make a Constitution saving throw.
And you also blow
No more horse.
all of the horse bones, like
Well,
through
here,
the forest.
here's a question for the DM. Can the
Stop
thunder wave
asking me
go
questions.
up? Does it have to go out and down?
Are
Can
you
he
trying
just-
to get special privileges for like a
No.
gnome stepping into the like crotch region of an orc and channeling
I mean,
it
I'm
up?
just saying, if he shoots up, it should
I
hit the
really-
dude in the face.
I like the image of Rathian standing there, like bleeding, spitting blood, like leaning on his spear, and then like just gets showered in the bones of his horse.
because Because you took several steps back away from a loom. A loom like loops around and starts killing stuff, and you're like, okay, Longtooth's back up, a loom's back up, and you turn south to look to see how the rest of the group is doing. When the horse that you didn't even get to name, just like 15 trees just catch random femurs.
Lost to time. I remembered the name. It was Lost to Time.
Its name is now Lost to Zook.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
six horse teeth clatter off your breastplate, and then
I thought he was dead.
oh, it's dead.
It's definitely dead.
Con save from the orc before I get too excited about killing the one session horse. It survived a shopping episode.
Enough for me to buy something for it.
It was there for all the RP. That's the important part.
Yeah, it wasn't even there for the RP because y'all chained it up outside of town and then left it alone for 3 hours. And then as soon as you got it back, it died in the first
It was
combat.
there in spirit.
12, so he fails and takes 6.
And it's pushed 10 feet back, I believe.
Okay, he like crunches what's left of one of the horse bones right there.
It's still up.
Yeah, he's got 2 hit points.
Horse corpse also moves 10 feet back.
Oh wait, no, he's totally got a thing. Roll 1d4. Oh, he still fails.
All right.
Failed by
So
1.
Zook will move a little further, and
I feel
the
like
ant
you've
will
done
also. The ant will also move a bit further, and another wave of arcane energy will shine and protect everyone. For
but not the
8.
horse.
Not the horse. For another 8 points. So it overrides what you already had. And this-
Rathian, it's your turn, and your horse just got Fusrodad.
You got. Now I have the image of him doing Foos! Bones flying everywhere. You guys can just hear an audible
Never
sigh.
just made the same joke in Twitch chat. That's amazing.
You just hear an audible sigh as Rathian stomps forward once and just takes a swing at this stupid thing.
It's got 2 hit points.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to use inflict wounds on it.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
20 to hit.
So he
and
just limps
13
forward,
damage.
like holding his mace in one hand, and like just reaches out and puts his hand on the shoulder, and like leans over and whispers in its ear, "Screw you."
Cazador.
I'm gonna Dothraki back off of this guy, and I'm gonna run up here and maybe go help my pal Longtooth not continue to die over and over again. So we'll spend a key point and give it the old 1, 2, 3. Or maybe we will give it the old 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. The punches both hit for 11 damage, leaving that one at 2 hit points.
For real, it only has 2. So I feel shit. I don't want to metagame, but damn, do I just want to stand there and like talk it down and let it die from the radiant consumption.
I mean,
So Alum just steps back and yeah, it's just like, this was not your day. You all have made a terrible mistake. And for that, you suffered and died. She will, I guess, because she doesn't know that it only has 2 hit points left. She just Eldritch Blast and miss, so that's fine. And so then
Longtooth away again.
No, I know. It's terrible.
I deleted my orc turn. I don't know when it's supposed to go.
Well, it doesn't matter because if it only has 2 hit points, it's dead now, and it just the arcing energy from Illum is just
Just saying, I don't know if it would have killed Longtooth before you could have done that.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine, because it's going to turn around to you and say, wait, Weakrin, and then burn.
And then
Longtooth. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. I mean, because that would take us out of initiative, and Illum would just immediately back up away from her friends, like.
You are out of initiative.
Longtooth turns to Kazdar and he goes, I had it. He stumbles.
No, you didn't.
No, I totally had that thing.
You didn't, though. You died several times. I had a very good vantage point.
He goes hard, he leans up against a tree and just kind of slides down to his ass.
Rathian bends down and picks up a horse femur and just sort of slowly limps over this way towards Zook and just pushes it into his chest and just walks off. Slumps down on the same tree as Longtooth.
I can build you a new one.
Well,
Yeah.
Longtooth raises a hand to Jammer, like a thanks to Jammer. I'm just gonna
Illum is
sit
actually
here for a little while.
Yeah, Illum is wandering off. You see her walking away from the group. She doesn't go far, but she definitely turns her back and starts like meandering down the wash.
Kazdar was going to go classic adventurer and rifle through these things' pockets.
I don't know about you, Rathian, but I wasn't worried at all. I mean, I knew we had them.
Yeah, I think I might have blacked out from rage there for a few minutes, but I came back.
Every one of the orcs is wearing hide armor. We'll think about
How does she find them?
Because they're not moving. They're wearing hide armor. Each of them has a great axe, and between the whole crowd of them, we'll call it 60 javelins if you gather them up. Do you guys actually care about how much money the orcs had?
Give
I
us
know
all the
Kazador
money.
doesn't.
I don't.
All Rathian cares about is taking a nap.
I assume we would collect it, but I don't know that anyone cares about it.
What do you think's up with the kid?
Yeah, he's fine.
Pops a cork out of his bottle, takes a drink, hands it over to Longtooth.
Glug, glug, glug. He thinks like just too much to be polite, but he doesn't care. He hands it back to Rathian.
Kazdar was going to approach Jamrel, and since last time we had a little conversation about how he wants to be a hero for saving people and not for bloody murder, she's just going to give him return his little friendly shoulder pat. She's like, this will make a good story. This one's full of blood.
It seems that blood is all we find at every turn.
Why do you sound disappointed?
Well, this isn't what I thought, being a hero would be. I thought perhaps I could help people, and as you saw with our friend Longtooth there, I much prefer to help and to heal people than to hurt them, but I find this is the only way I'm useful now.
Think of all the people you helped by killing these horrible creatures. All the people that they're not going to kill, all of the hearts they're not going to take from farm animals,
Well,
all the cities that won't be sacked. You've done your good, you just won't see the thanks for it.
I know, but that is almost what I need. I need everyone to see our good deeds. I need everyone to hear our story, and it needs to spread as far and wide as we can. We need to be the great adventurers of old, because few people can live up to that standard in this world, and there's great power among us. We need to use it in the right way.
I'm just going to shoot a little look over to Rathian when he says that.
Rathian is like conked out.
I tire of this bloodshed. And Gemril is going to slowly kind of turn his back with a long sigh, move away from the battle, kind of look just on the other side of this wash. Allow the rest of the party to clean up.
Zook will just fall on his bottom, just straight on the floor, and let the rain just wash everything over him. Look at his friends around him injured. Take a moment. He looks a bit shocked. He's just sitting there for a while.
Fine, little buddy, we made it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, barely.
Holds out the mostly drunk bottle of whiskey that Longtooth and Rathian have been crushing.
He'll take it and drink a little bit.
Have a little bit more. You'll feel better.
Yeah, I don't want any more.
Rathian will strangely respect that.
Thanks. Are we sure this is not too much for us? There's gonna be plenty more orcs where they came from.
Guess we'll find out. But I can say this much for certain. You owe me a horse.
When this is done, all said and done, I'll build you a horse, okay?
I'm going to hold you to that.
Seal, really.
Did you know that a horse is a horse, of course,
Yeah.
also rhymes in Arabic? Fun fact.
There
Did
you go.
not.
Longtooth takes this potion that Kazra hands him, and there's a moment where he's going to drink it, and he says, "We should save it for the dragon. Just, I need a little while to catch my breath." And he hands the potion back to Cazador, and trying to get a short rest in here so I can spend some hit dice.
You are more than free to take a short rest.
Okay. So I'm going to burn at least 2 hit dice. Right. I'll spend another.
So Illumina's going to come back, and she has her mask back on, and I think she probably heard a little bit of the last thing that Zook said, and so she sort of walks up, standing, kind of tall and striding confidently, and says, "We will face more. There's no doubt of that, and I know I have acted rashly. I am considering myself to blame. However, we have the skills to fight cohesively together when we work together. Think of what we did to the orcs in that cabin when we saved Big Al. We acted as a team, as a unit." And she's looking straight at Rathian. She said, "I apologize for my lack of discipline. I have been allowing my emotions to get the better of me. But I took heed of Cazador's words, and I am no longer afraid of my power. Each of you has great strengths. And I know our destiny is intertwined. But if we keep working haphazardly, chaotically, we're just going to get in each other's way. And I'm sorry, Rathian. I should not have allowed myself to injure you. That was careless, and it's not going to happen again.
Appreciate it.
That's twice in as many days.
All right, kid, I got a thick skin.
But I am no fool, and I do learn. I trust you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zook. If we're gonna do this, we need to do it smart this time.
Yes.
And at least try to surprise them when we're going to their base. I have a few ideas that we might be able to pull to our advantage, but let's just not go straight in. Okay?
Longtooth climbs to his feet, helps Rathian to his. Listen. I'm just going to say this. Jamrel, Alum, Zook, you all have big hearts. And not a one of you should be in a melee. It would be easier for us when we get swarmed by orcs if you're not all spread out. I didn't know which way to go to protect people. I will try and slow such things from getting to you. But in this last battle, you guys couldn't have been further apart from each other. And then there was no way for me to stop what was coming. At the same time, well, based on what Loom says, we do need to be smart. And when the dragon comes, we should spread out, because that thing's breath, that's going to kill somebody.
If only somebody had called that out loudly the last time we faced the dragon.
If only.
Well, we live and we learn.
Well,
And we-
what do you suggest, Longtooth? Shall I stand at the back of the group and defend our rear?
I'm just saying, when we're faced with something like we just fought, like all those orcs, if the three of you were generally close to each other, we could force them to come through us, through Raph, myself, and Kazador, in order to get to you. But you were so spread out, there were so many of them coming from such a wide line that I didn't know how to stop them. I did my best to protect Balloon while I was getting attacked from three behind, and I still couldn't do that. Right? Because it's just the way we were laid out. Just something to consider.
Very well.
Perhaps Rathian's experience and understanding of tactics may come in handy. If you, what's the correct word? If you command us? Is that what a soldier says? If you show us the way in combat?
When we're out there in the thick of it, there's a pretty good chance you're only going to get one command from me, and that's get behind me.
That I can do.
Well, Xanth, turning to the Centaur, how many more orcs should we expect?
So you guys haven't really been paying attention to the NPC with no hit die. And then you kind of turn and notice that Xanth is, you know how horses kneel down. He's knelt down like that. And he's got a lovely set of axe hacks into the side of his human rib cage, and is doing his best to kind of patch himself up. But he is majorly wounded from that fight.
Didn't he spend hit dice?
He don't got him. Roll a d12 and add a d6 from Homeboy's song.
Oh, did Jamril use the Song of
I did.
Song of Rest?
Yeah.
Oh, so I got
Extra
a die six.
D6.
I got a die six in there somewhere.
I see the 10 first, so we'll take the 10.
Fine.
We'll give him 15.
I'm at 5 to my health because
Oh,
I didn't get that
somebody
original.
roll me a Centaur d6. Going once.
Oh,
Going twice.
4. Kaz got it.
Sweet. 14. We'll give him 14 pity hit points. As he patches himself back up, and the magic from General Song kind of helps knit his wounds, he will say, it's hard to tell. They have patrols coming and going. The fact that we took out so many here on this patrol is great news, which means that they won't be there at the camp. Depending on how many are at the manse to the south of here, there could be anywhere from 5 to another dozen at the Circle of Stones.
I'm going to fight that many. We need to find a bottleneck.
I would agree.
Well,
Do we know how many of those are
it's-
spellcasters?
So there's not too many bottlenecks. The cave is full of, or the hill is full of caves. So any of them that are in the caves, when you fight in the caves, you'll have a bottleneck there. But if you are fighting out on the hill itself, it's not just open land. They will more than likely have the high ground on you, and there's not even too many trees on the hill itself. It's open to the sky for their rituals.
We should
Love
aim
to.
to fight in the caves then.
Longtooth, do you think you could hunt them down? Figure out where they are, find their patrols?
It would take time, but yes, given time.
It's either that or die.
Then it is a game of attrition. So I think our plan of attack here, Seals, is to whittle the numbers down away from the camp.
You're gonna guerrilla warfare some orcs.
Yep. Guerrilla warfare, finding.
Be it patrols or hunting parties or going out for water, they got to leave the sanctity of their little fortress fortified position from time to time, we assume.
Try to
Okay.
pincer them, bottleneck them, do whatever we can.
So a couple of things here. One, we're about to go on break because it's break time. It's past break time. 2, we have an hour and a half for y'all to wrap up all your orc things. So based on the number of orcs that you have killed elsewhere, there's not actually too many of them left. Your characters don't know that, but you're not going to run into too many patrols, and we'll basically be able to make it to the next location itself and kind of watch from the woods for a moment to kind of suss out what's going on. But I don't want to tell you that before the break. I want to be able to set that scene when we come back. But before you get to the actual location, searching for tracks and looking for their trails and stuff like that, you're not going to run into any more parties. Even as the module is written, you would not run into anything else between here and the location.
Okay.
Y'all have done a fairly decent job of killing orcs in other locations, so there's not a ton of them still here. Take 10,
Take 10.
and let's come
Let's
back,
do it.
and we will convene on the Circle of Stones in Neverwinter Wood. We got an hour. Y'all want to kill some more orcs?
Yeah, so I think what the party is talking about is taking a long rest, and then once we get the long rest in, go finish off these orcs.
Okay. We also had Twitch chat do the research on NPC hit dice. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to deal with the Centaur in this fight, and hence my decision to be like, he's wounded, he's plot wounded. But after reading about the location and stuff, I am more prone to just give you a full health Centaur and call it a day, especially if y'all take a long rest. So do the thing. Long rest.
Done.
Wondrous.
Had I known that y'all were going to do that, I probably would have told you to level up over the break. But you didn't, so you don't get one.
Hey, I get a second attack. Okay, I'm done.
Cool. Everyone done with their long rest?
Done.
Pretty easy.
Think short rest does it for me. So, oh no, there is. Yeah, I do get to. I can burn everybody again. Oh, did y'all see? I know it's not critical, but there was a gold thing. If anyone cares,
Saw that.
I saw that.
And also, did Longtooth, Rathian, did you guys want to try to scout at night like you were describing, or did you want to?
I would say if anybody's going to go, it's going to be Longtooth and Cazador.
Illume would
There you
offer
go.
as well because she actually has the best dark vision and okay stealth.
I never said, and we're back from break, so I'll edit this and find a good point to bring us back. Screw it, we're back. And we're back. Some of that's pertinent to the stream, so I'll leave it in there. What's the plan? Here we go.
Long rest for certain.
Okay.
And
It was like afternoon approaching dusk, so y'all can long rest all the way through the morning, or you can long rest just 8 hours and then scout while it's still dark.
I think we would find the location and then find a place far enough away to be somewhat, safe.
Okay.
At least that's what Illume would suggest.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be probably a good 2 miles away at least, and not within sight of any of the trails that these orcs are obviously would be using as they move around the forest, right? Because usually you have trails, paths that you use when you live in such a place, right? So we'll just be off the beaten paths, and we'll just have a quiet night.
Or so they thought. Because you are led to the place by Xanth, and in the distance you can see, like I said, this hill. There's a couple of trees like sparsely populating this hill, but this 90-foot tall hill juts up out of the landscape, and ominous storm clouds gather in the sky as you approach. Like you're sticking to the woods, but you can see that they're not like in some crazy swirl or anything, but despite the fact that it was perfectly clear when you left town, it is getting rainier and darker, and especially as night approaches and you get into full-on twilight hour. Ominous storm clouds are gathered above this 90-foot tall hill, the trees spreading across its slopes. Atop the hill is a large ring of standing stones, and you can see two ghastly figures dancing within the circle of stones, because there are like flickering light, like firelight would cause the moving shadows to do. So the light is somewhere on the other side of them from you. So you see the silhouette of two figures, two larger figures dancing in this area. And then there's a bunch of smaller, maybe not more than a couple of feet, maybe a foot tall. Hard to tell from this distance, but there are multiple figures up there dancing in some kind of shamanistic ritual, and thunder rolls overhead.
So this happens at night when we're trying to find camp?
This is, you said let's get to the location and find camp, and Xanth is leading you to the location, and you get to a spot where you can see this hill off in the distance. You're not there, but you can see this hill off in the distance, and even from the distance that you're at, you have this nice clear line of sight to figures dancing in the firelight.
Well, Longtooth's attitude is to back off to a point where we don't have line of sight, so we can have a small campfire, seeing how it sounds like a storm is coming in. People are going to need to stay warm that night.
It is, in fact, drizzling.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll back off probably like another half mile at least, and get some some place where I know that there's some type of land, some type of rise and knoll, whatever, between us and that hill where said ritual was taking place. And he'll build a low fire, shield the light with some rocks so it can't be seen from a far distance. So he and his companions can huddle around for a little warmth as we regain our wind for the next day.
Okay. It's not super bad. Like, it's not pouring rain you can't find anywhere dry to sleep for the night kind of rain, but it is nonstop, drizzly. There's not like whipping wind, but just enough that the air is damp and it's just uncomfortable, especially to a couple of the city slickers. Even right next to the fire, you're next to the fire and you turn around so your back can get warm, and then your face is instantly just condensation from the fog and drizzle rain. So it's a super fun night, and y'all wake up the next morning, unless anyone has any pertinent nighttime RP.
No, but Illum definitely wanted to sort of keep watch on this group.
Yep. No orcs through the night, and you wake up the next morning. Still storm clouds off to, we'll call it the northeast, is where the hill is. You can still see the storm clouds gathered in one kind of area, and it is still raining on you. In fact, the rain is kind of picking up a little bit now.
Well, if possible, if we can get up early enough, Longtooth would like to use some of this inclement weather, fog, whatnot, as cover for their approach. Right? You said there's not a lot of trees out there near that hill where they dwell, but if we could use the cover of the fog, the morning fog, the marine layer, if that's what we're talking about,
Sure.
That's what we'll do.
Okay, let's clock face this hill and say that when you were approaching before, that nice clear line of sight was about 7 o'clock position on a clock face. Where about do you want to start approaching this hill from, assuming that they're mostly the same in regards to cover?
Well, unless there's something that I can tell by the shape of the hill that would seem advantageous or one way or the other.
Nothing that you saw?
There are caves inside this hill. So I asked Xanth, are the caves on the side? Were the entrance on the top, the sides? How do you get into these caves?
So, and he's going to kind of pantomime out the hill and show you the hill slopes up and the stones are at the top like we saw. But around the base of the hill where it meets the forest floor, there are 3 entrances. One of them is to the southeast, one of them is to the northwest, and one of them is to the northeast.
I would say it would come from the southwest, so anyone standing at a cave entrance would not have line of sight on us.
Sure.
And then once we get there, we'll make we'll assess the situation, and whichever cave mouth seems the easiest to approach from south, be it northwest or southeast, that will be the one we will sneak towards.
Okay. Then at this point, we are going to jump over to the map before Peter can yell at us.
Lots of faces.
Zip is already giving us a hard time. Let me center you guys on down there. Things. So let me adjust the stream camera real quick.
Oh, here, let me delete that horse token real quick.
I was gonna make that joke too, but I wanted you to have to do it. I mean, I guess I could have.
Picks another bone out of his shirt, throws it on the ground.
At some point, you're gonna like dump out your boot, and it'll just be horse teeth. There are still figures dancing in the firelight. It's still early morning. You were only a couple of miles away from this thing, so depending on how much you wanted the sun to have risen, even if you let the sun rise, though, this area is dark and clouded, and you can see you're not where you're at on the map. The map just ends, so use your imagination. But you can see the hill, and you can see the circle of stones, and you can see lots of things up there dancing.
So they're still dancing? They've danced all through the night?
Yep.
Or they're dancing in shifts.
The people here have danced all through the night. Whether this individual has done a 16-hour dance shift, hard to say.
Well, they got to be tired. This has got to be our advantage, right? They've been in a rave all night.
As soon as you say that, lightning crackles overhead.
as we're kind of scouting the battlefield and see them all dancing and, kind of all clumped together in the circle of stones, Rathian like kind of turns and looks down at Zook with kind of a cocky little grin and taps his necklace with the tip of his glaive.
But I need to get a little closer so I can toss it in.
We can try to approach quietly.
Assume all the trees on the maps are actual trees, and you can stick to the bushes and whatnot.
Yeah, it's hard to see from the map how steep it is, right? Because there's not like an elevation guide here. But I think it goes up 90 foot. You guys, where you're at on the map, I'll add them to the player level. You're at the like 65 foot mark right now, but remember you can be further off the map if you need to. I'm thinking we can use those standing stones as natural bottlenecks, right? If we can meet them at the edge of the ring.
You can see the foot markers now.
Yeah.
I could go up alone and try to pull him into a clump.
That sounds like a good way to die.
Yeah, and fireball will just hit you too, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. Maybe I can sneak a little closer and we can initiate combat with the fireball.
Do you want the distraction?
Certainly, if you can provide one.
They all seem kind of well grouped right now, right? I mean,
as far as I can see.
I could hit 3 or 4 of them myself.
my sense is that we get up there at the outer edge of the ring and use the stones as best as we can.
Throw in a breaching charge and then
Xanth will speak up and say if we scoot to our left and stick to the trees, that'll put us the farthest distance between 2 of the caves as well. So if we start attacking and anyone comes from the caves, we'll be able to see it rather than having them flank us.
Seal, you make a lot of explosives. What's the proper procedure for breaching before entering combat?
See, breaching would imply like you're going into a closed area, where it's much more of an open area. So
Got
I
it.
recommend like an airburst charge to make sure that the explosion got
So
the most
sure,
people
like-
from.
From this position, we'll try. His idea is we'll use the cover of these trees furthest distance from these cave entrances as possible, and we'll sneak as close as we can to those ring of stones. And when it's obvious we're not sneaking anymore, that's when we'll do real things.
Yeah.
As your
So
comment about airburst fireball, I'm definitely one of the people that say that you can point spells at a location in the air. So
Sweet.
I've especially as a wizard, done the like, well, if I cast it 15 foot above this guy, technically the arc would get the bad guy.
just hits his head.
Not my friends kind of thing.
Math.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Math.
Logic.
so probably
I think
we'll
a
try to
loom would-
sneak.
Yeah, Loom would start trying to be stealthy.
Yeah, is Zook coming?
Yep.
Nope, you lost him.
The rain stopped and it destroyed my ears.
Oh, it's not on loop. Let me go fix that. Is that better?
Much better.
I rolled the
I
wrong
can't-
thing and got the same result.
Are we making stealth checks here? I guess just make a stealth check.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Get off my foot!
A 7.
Well, hold on. It's a group check, right? So, I guess
20 for a Loom. She's a quiet lady. 20 for Jamril. Whoa.
And if he had to make a strength check, he'd be doing real good on that one too.
Indeed.
Sorry for the large black chunks. There's, smaller maps for the cave areas, so y'all unfortunately cannot go over here at all.
All right.
But deal with it. So yeah, what's the game plan? As far as you can tell, no one bouncing around in the circle has spotted you.
Jamril, do you have any spells besides the fairy fire that affect many of them?
Also, somebody give me a perception check, or give me your highest passive perception.
No,
Yeah,
not at all,
check.
friend.
As requested, 23.
Okay, I'll let them finish, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm focused on the conversation. So, perhaps if I send a spell to one side and Zook sends the fireball to the other, perhaps the ones in the middle, then you can illuminate.
Sounds good to me. I'll go on your mark.
I can probably catch them all in a fireball.
Oh, fantastic. Well, then I will, I suppose I will attempt to hit those two. And any others I can manage.
Are we ready?
I'm waiting to see what Seal's going to tell me with my 23.
Yep, I was letting the plan happen so that I didn't interrupt it.
So I think Zook and Illum are probably like right next to each other, ready to throw when everybody else is ready.
Jamril too. Jamril's readying fairy fire.
Sweet.
He'll go last.
Okay. Longtooth, your great scouting eyes spot the following. In the middle of the circle, there are two humanoid figures. Even at this range, you can tell that they are more half-orcs, and they are dancing around the carcass of a dead deer that's had its center split open and its entrails piled out into the grass there. And dancing around it, closest to it, are two humanoids. You would guess half-orcs based on the skin tone, but you can't tell from their heads because they actually have an entire boar's head over their head. Like, it's been carved out a little bit so that their eyes can see out, but it is an actual like boar's head carved out and placed onto their shoulders. And both of them are dancing around, and they have, blood marks on their arms and forearms and on their exposed chest and legs. And they're just, they got like ceremonial knives and stuff, and they're having a grand old time. And then around them are about a dozen wooden things. They look like much larger versions of the twig dolls that you fought at the tree, or that you cut at the tree that had the pig hearts in them. There's like a dozen of those things, but they're all like 1.5 feet, 2 foot tall.
So,
Zook will look at the rest of the group. He will nod, and he'll grab one of the beads. And I want to try and time it as I see lightning pierces the sky. I want to try to time it with the thunder that follows it.
Okay. Roll a d20 for timing a thunder strike, and high good, low bad.
I wish
Okay.
I'd inspired you for this.
Make a how close is the lightning to the thunder chance check,
Why is it not working? Okay.
and add your intelligence. So a d20 plus int.
So it's 13. Then.
Okay. Not
So-
too bad.
Yeah.
But I am going to have everyone go ahead and roll initiative. I'm on the wrong screen.
2 better than last time.
Nat 20 for Jamril.
Good job. We're going to have like all of the little guys go on one turn, or y'all want multiple groups?
multiple groups.
How many groups would you like?
3.
Okay. 3 groups of 4.
It means less likely that we get bursted to death.
Right.
I mean, I know that, and you know that, but
But I also know that Fireball is probably going to clear all the twig blights.
yeah.
Whoa. He didn't say twig blights. You don't know that.
Well,
He put it in chat.
I mean, it's in chat there.
You metagaming mofos.
I'm just saying, like, I'm still casting Shield of Faith on myself because Rathian is ready for a fight.
Okay. It's in fact going to be Zook up first with his pretty decently timed fireball thunder thing.
So if I place it here, I believe I can hit everyone. Yep. Even that guy. So
Okay.
everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is that going to count as a surprise round?
Yeah, it's going to be a surprise round.
Okay. I'll use my shield on myself at that point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Two
What is
nat
with those
20s in there.
rolls?
While I figure that out, let's go ahead and get these guys. Dex save, dex save.
Dude, these
Okay.
guys were on point.
For anyone listening to this, there was 2 crits and at least 2 other 20s, a couple of 19s, and a 14 in there. What was the damage? 28 on the saves?
28. Yep. So anyone save, take 14 fire damage.
Screw it. Throw another one.
All right, so then immediately after that bead goes out, right about there.
Yeah, go ahead and start the surprise round while I try to figure out the math on... Oh, even half damage is going to kill these guys. Yeah, so all the twig bites burn away in righteous fire. You just interrupted the hell out of this party, and I'm going to say that like a chunk of the deer also goes flying off into the woods, much like Rathian's horse.
So that that's
Which Jet
awesome.
says all the dancing limbered him up for the dex save against the fireball.
Then so the next thing that happens is that shatter is going to erupt between the two of them, and that's also dex saved. Oh no, that's con save. Sorry, DC 15. Ooh, nice damage there.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Rathian's horse glitching out like a Fallout dead body that like glitches on the ground before disappearing into space.
So there's another explosion of thunder in between the two of them as earth just shatters in every direction.
Does it push them at all?
No, one save, one fail. So one takes 18, the other takes 9.
And then finally, both of the remaining figures are illuminated with fairy fire. So that's a dex save 14.
You guys and all your saves. 18. Okay, let's see here. That's the wrong character sheet. I guess I could close this twig blight one.
Following the lightning bolt is a column of light. Purple. Gets one of them.
Okay. You guys did real good. You did it good. We're going to come back to the top of the round, the non-surprise round with Zook.
All right.
Actually, during the surprise round, I'm going to move.
Okay, the Centaur will also move then.
I'll do the same.
So, Zook is going to activate the Prismo Zapper, as it's lightning is fun. Let's do lightning in a lightning storm. So it shines with this lightning. It travels across it, and it takes aim and fires at one of the remaining half orcs.
Which one?
The one
Top or bottom?
northern one.
Okay.
Top one.
Got it.
So that's a 15 to hit.
You have advantage because fairy fire, so it's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit then. So it's 13 points of damage.
You do the thing.
And that's my turn.
That one's looking pretty jacked up already.
I
Jam
would probably actually move also here so I could see them. That's it.
Okay.
Well,
Your team did the surprise attack real good.
Yes, and with the centaur moving in front of me, I can't really see too much, so I have to move all the way to here. Just
Ride him!
See.
Jump on his back. He loves it.
That's not really my style, but thank you. And he'll viciously mock this one. Have you ever heard of brushing your teeth? And
Wisdom save?
it is. She
Got one.
fails. So she has disadvantage on her next attack.
You made her self-conscious about her missing teeth.
And then we'll
see,
stand
what-
right here.
That's what actually got her is you started with "Have you ever heard the tale of?" and she was like Darth Plagueis the Wise, and then when you changed, that's what the actual damage came from.
Someone's got Star Wars on the brain.
Boo.
Yeah. Anything else, Jamroll?
Nope, that'll be it.
I will apply your 4 psychic damages to that one. That one's looking real bad, y'all. Longtooth.
Longtooth is going to power attack this thing with the fairy fire. I hope that makes up the difference. That's fun. So we'll go with 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
We'll do 24 points of damage to the one that's looking really bad.
Oh, you know what? I got so excited about y'all's surprise round that I forgot a thing. Yeah, now that y'all are rushing into the circle of stones and are able to see, this one is Vera. So that's a thing.
Son of a bitch!
I look at, but he looks back at a loom.
I had a big reveal plan and everything, but I got too busy like trying to deal with twig blight rolls and forgot to announce it. But yeah, the bottom one is the orc that introduced herself as Vera.
Rathian chuckles to himself when he notices.
So I did 24 points of damage to that one to the north.
Yeah, it totally did.
Good. Then I'm going to use my follow-up attack action on Vera.
Okay.
This will just be a normal attack.
Normal attack.
So
That'll
another
hit.
6 points of damage on Vera. And he'll circle around for his move over here to this side. So we meet again. I'm all done.
Okay.
Brutal.
So let me go ahead and delete that one. It's then Vera's turn, and when you like murder her friend and then scoot around and are like, so we meet again, she smiles wickedly at you and then turns around and lightning bolts back across behind her, and it's going to rip right across Rathian and the Centaur, and it's going to go off. She's going to sidestep and make it go this way.
Your best one, Rathian!
So when
she can get all of us, huh?
when she steps out of my area, she provokes an opportunity attack.
Yep, she definitely does, but it's worth it to get that
Okay.
lightning.
Seeing that she's charging for lightning bolt, I'm going to try the power attack and see if I can drop her before she cooks my friends.
Got it.
So that's going to be a miss.
Yeah, it will. So
In slow motion, as he sees the lightning bolt charging, his shield's coming up, you just hear, son of a...
we get a couple of things. We have Longtooth makes his comment. The camera pans around and you see the reveal of it being Vera's face and then the wicked grin, and she does that like point behind her while still making eye contact with Longtooth, and as she whips around, does the sidestep, the spear comes across real quick, and then she unleashes it, and we get that like, I don't want to spoil the new Star Wars, but the new Star Wars, the hyperdrive scene, y'all know the one, right? It's really quiet for a second, and then you just get the noise of the lightning bolt as it like white flashes across Rathian's shield, and there's a crackle of thunder and lightning above the hill at the same time as this lightning bolt rips across Rathian, the Centaur, Zook, and a loom.
Her save is only 10, right? And I made it.
Her save is, I believe, a 14 is what we had before.
That lightning bolt knocks him right into a pit full of swords.
Arg.
9 isn't
so
gonna do
8,
it.
8d6.
This gonna hurt.
Oh, that's
It
didn't get him.
Oh my goodness.
It's
And
well
then
over average.
Shield comes back down slowly, and just death is in his eyes as he looks back at her and grins from the inside of his helmet.
Zook will actually send his head forward, and the electricity will sort of wrap around him and move. It's still damaging him in a way, but as you see that some device that he has in his hand, the spider is now cackling with lightning as he uses absorb elements.
Spiffy.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be her turn. Illume. You're still alive.
Yeah, Illume's pissed. She steps up, realizing the mistake she's made, and she looks at this half orc and she curses and she says, "By all the ancestors, my mistake will be unmade." And she is gonna basically take all that energy that's still crackling all over her and whip this electricity right back at her and try to catch her with another witch bolt. How about a 23 to hit?
Yep.
So as her best emperor, so 10 lightning to start. No, sorry, 18 lightning to start. So
Dang.
so she like pulls back and there's this double, like, you know, one from each palm bolt. Just
There's another crack of lightning and roaring thunder overhead.
and it just continues to arc across the clearing, illuminating all of the stones, illuminating Rathian's armor, and that's part of what she's going to do. Then as a bonus action, she's going to dash over here using her Eldritch Alacrity. And that is so she just like with this unearthly movement slides across the space to make sure that the group is not clumped together or in a line, and she sort of backs herself against that stone pillar and then is just continuing to arch this energy at her right there. And that's it for Lou.
Rathian, at the start of your turn, lightning strikes one of the trees further down the hill, and it, like, the sap explodes and shards go everywhere, and the tree catches fire.
I have a brief PTSD moment and then charge her.
Just something to think about.
Armor class 15.
Let's see what she's got. That is not the right character sheet. 13 armor class.
Yeah, she gonna get the smite too. 4.
She has 12 hit points. You hit her for 9, leaving her at 3. You hit her for 4, taking her to -1.
I want to like bury the mace in her, like smashing her clavicle so she's like brought to her knees and bleeding. And then I want to just look at her eyes and like grin real wide. Be like, "This is what mercy gets you." And then I just look back at Illume, and that's when I light up the divine energy and just burn this bitch away.
Okay, so you hit her and bring her down to the knees, and, you know, half orc, so she's got the tusk and stuff, and she's just like gritting her teeth and like clenching her mouth, and you make your comment, and you turn back to Illume, and it's when you look back at Illume that you can see the circle of stones is kind of starting to glow with a pale light, and it doesn't even phase you, and you turn around and just, you know, sear this orc woman into nothingness. And at that point, all of the stones around the group of you start to light up, and a lightning bolt strikes dead center of this circle of stones.
No.
And
My cool moment.
standing right next to you is this massive boar that has just got lightning racked around it. There's like shocks and little lightning jolts coming down its tusk, and it just roars at you. And it's going to enter the initiative order at 5. So, Cazador, you get to go before this thing does.
I'm really glad this boar is here, because Cazador would just be like, oh, there's nothing left to kill. Damn it. All right, well.
I'll put it there so that you're not technically against it there. Long too thin, Rathian, because I am a generous DM.
Thanks.
All right. Well, my really cool plan for taking care of these spellcasters is out the window, so I guess I'll just come in and stab this guy.
Stab. We have 2 hits for 12 damage.
Pow pow.
You successfully poked the piggy. And then the piggy gets to go. And the piggy... Yeah, it'll attack Cazador, despite the fact that Rathian's standing there destroying one of the people that summoned it. It is going to multi-attack you, and it's going to stab at you with its tusk, which are still racked in lightning. And then it is going to try to stomp on you with a nice set of hooves.
That's a really cool pig.
It's,
Yep.
it's definitely a pretty neat little guy. All right, first attack, 24 to hit. 11 slashing damage as it slices you, and then you take 8 lightning damage as arcs off.
Yikes.
And it does that, and then it comes back around and it stomps a hoof down, and there's another crack of thunder that, like, all of the trees on this hill, like, get that shock from the impact as this stomp comes down. 25 to hit.
I'm down.
11 bludgeoning.
Hooray!
and 9 thunder.
I did so much.
That was me the last fight.
Giant thunder pig, y'all. Centaur's turn.
These are not the fights that you want to go last in the initiative on.
I mean, it worked out because she didn't waste her turn, but she just got to fight the boss. But don't worry, you didn't have to fight any of the twig blights, so fair, I guess. All right, do you want the Centaur to get in there and melee, or y'all want him to use his longbow?
Should probably stand back and shoot.
Okay. He will take 2 shots with his longbow from cover in a set of the standing stones. 22 will hit for 3, but the 12 will miss.
Lovely
Yeah.
1 on the damage.
Yup. The orc is dead. That brings us to the top of the order with Zook.
Zook will call upon his trusted scorpion and attack with it.
14 does not hit.
Does not hit. So that's that. That's my turn. He will just throw it out. It will unfold itself. Take maybe a few steps forward as well, and but miss, and that's my turn.
Jammerel. Giant lightning pig.
Giant lightning pig. So he can't really get to Rathian. Well, rather he could, but he doesn't want to get to Rathian. He will instead bardically inspire him from afar and say, I hope you enjoy. Just think about getting a back rub.
He does.
And then
Giant lightning pig showdown in the center of an electrical storm. Think about a back rub.
and then you know what? Gosh darn it, he is going to strike his pose, and he is going to strike his power chord, but at the same time he is going to shout at this boar, the worst thing you can do is be boring. And he will dissonant whispers.
Which is a
Wisdom.
streak continues.
We
And
didn't
the
really
streak
expect
continues.
anything else.
Yeah, 19 on both saves for the Thunder Pig.
And that is Jamrel's turn.
You want to know something funny, Rathian?
Yes, I do.
This fight's just one big ambush.
All right, that one was good. That was good.
That was a good one.
Long tooth.
Oh, goodness.
I can't reward such behavior. So yeah,
That is the Centaur sheet. Somebody in chat raises a valid point. What's the pig? It still passes.
certainly. The clouds split for just a second for a beam of sunlight to come from the heavens above as the ghost of Lucan, Longtooth's departed son, falls upon Thunder Pig as he casts Hunter's Mark upon it. Thunder Pig.
Thunder Pig. Thunder Pig.
Burn my spell slot. And he will attack this thing.
Hit.
So I do an additional dice 6.
Nice.
22 for 12 damage for anyone listening.
So it'll be a total of 17 actually.
Plus an additional 5 long lost sun damage.
And yeah, as his son is like on top of it and he's just like, pounding it on its back.
I love to. Well, I would imagine he's got like a tomahawk or something that he was learning from you, like
Sure,
learning
I'm
to
down
fight
with
with
that.
from you. That would be
I'm down
sick.
with that. And then he backs off, knowing that Thunder Pig will have to make a choice on who to attack.
So many choices.
I'm done.
A loom.
So Alum is a little disturbed by this. She's going to use some of her movement to sort of like stand in between the two of the pillars to try to get some cover, I guess. And then something interesting happens. She sort of holds out one of her hands, and very quickly some of the black, like misty tendrils that have been coming off Rathian when he gets into these kind of combat moments sort of pull across the clearing and like whip around, swirl around, and gather in her hand. And then she with her other hand, she kind of like thrusts it up into the air, and a skeletal hand erupts from the ground underneath the boar.
Nice. You see a little pride in Rathian.
But unfortunately, it's the first time she's tried this, and the boar steps out of the way because 10 misses. Damn it.
Yup. Rathian. This thing has just like gored through Cazador and then stomped down on her, and then Longtooth's ghostly son has appeared on its back, and at this point it's like looking around wildly to figure out who it's going to attack next.
Yeah, I take my turn to just heal myself. I'm going to dump my full lay on hands in because I'm going to die horribly if I don't. And then I'm going to move right up into its grill. Over here, ugly. Bang on my shield.
Okay. Cazador.
I die. Where is the death save button?
In the middle, I think.
Right in the middle of the sheet, I believe.
Below hit points. Little box below hit points. Just hit dice and there you go.
Natural 20!
Alive and at full hit point. I assume that's what that means.
That happens at the
one hit
beginning of the
point.
round.
1 hit point and you actually get a turn
You
because
get a
this happens
turn.
at the beginning of the turn.
Yes! Epic.
Her eyes just snap open and she does that like sweat back up to your feet thing.
She has some unfinished business with Thunder Pig. What do you do?
+1. Well, I'm gonna spend a key point, and I'm gonna furiously flurry him with blows. And then I'm going to do, obviously, I stand up.
I'm imagining the scene from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World where Cazador's laid out there and the like one-up thing floats above her head.
Yep.
Knew I
But
had to
that's
get a
my
20
movie.
at some point.
She just sits back up like Kane.
14 does not hit. 12 does not hit. 9
Jesus
does
Christ.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get the fuck out anyways.
Yeah, disengage.
not hit. Sweet.
Cartwheel,
That actually-
cartwheel.
That was actually pretty cool though, because that what a cool move! Like she like flips up in the air, tries to strike at it, but at least she can get away safely.
She ends up like,
Love it.
she jumps up and just lays into this thing and nothing happens. So she actually ends up like kicking off of its tusk, like gets footing, and that springboards her to the outside of the ring, and she like rolls
Nice.
through the standing stones, and then
These have not been my combats.
yeah. The pig is gonna turn around and glare at Rathian, and then like look past him, and is going to shoot a lightning bolt at Jamrel.
What? No, he's like the moral center of our group.
Yep. I rolled randomly and I got Jamrel, so I need Jamrel to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15. Or
Can I
already
use my
failed it.
reaction to dive in front of it?
Mm,
It
no.
wouldn't stop it though.
Yeah,
No, it
you
wouldn't.
just get hit as well.
Thematically, you can jump in front of it.
Thematically, it's cool.
Jamrel, you're going to take 4d8 on a failed save. Jamrel will take 23 lightning damage, and another arc of lightning is going to cross the sky. And these the stones will pulse slightly with blue energy. And that's its turn as it turns around and bears down on Rathian now that it has got Jamrel's attention.
I'd love to think that Jamrel ends up with just a little bit of the Lichtenberg scar on the side of the upper corner of his face.
Dope.
Got it.
I've definitely got a few after those lightning bolts, so by the end of this, we're all gonna have to get them tattooed as the party's official.
You all,
Not
whenever
on
you
my
do
face.
the 1, 2, 3 on 3, everyone's hands in, and they all have the lightning bolt scars down the back of your wrist.
Yeah.
Do you want the Centaur to keep shooting or to run in and start attacking this thing?
Probably keep shooting.
Yeah, just keep shooting. In fact, keep shooting!
Okay. Crit.
Oh,
Or
nice.
not. He's not designed to be using his bow though, guys.
Oh,
And then a hit for 8. So
well, in that case, let's get him
The
in
most
there.
effective fighter of all of us so far, so just let him do his thing.
I mean, he's hitting. I'm giving y'all the option of
He does more damage with his hooves and spear, theoretically. Yeah.
Yes, he has an 18 strength, but only a 14 dex. But I
Oh.
didn't know if y'all wanted one more person in there, or if stand back and tag it as much as possible. And
Rathian wants things hitting him.
okay, it will take 17 damage, and that's its turn, and it's going to come around to Zook.
Okay. The scorpion will move a bit forward before launching a shot at the boar. 16 to hit for 11 force damage.
Yep, and pushes it 5 feet.
Nice.
What's on
And-
there? Oh, there's
When it enters my area, it provokes an opportunity attack for me.
okay. Poke the piggy butt.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I have
Does-
also. Hold on.
Does that count forced movement though?
It probably doesn't.
It doesn't stipulate. Let me look at it. I'll read it out for you.
I'm actually curious.
Give me a second.
I think it doesn't.
If it's
I'm not
specifically
sure
an
about-
opportunity attack,
It's because if you
Because-
opportunity attack is if you move.
When they enter your, it doesn't say when they move. When they enter
Yeah.
your reach. And you-
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so he enters your reach.
So
You
like
may
a
do.
standard opportunity attack reaction, I know it wouldn't do because they're not choosing to move away
Right.
from you. So
Right.
I haven't actually ever had a polearm mastery person in my party before, so I'm looking to learn these.
Such a
things.
good, such a
Alright,
good.
so it's a total of 14.
And then I will fire my Prismo Zapper. The 1 elemental damage is lightning, so it probably wouldn't do anything, but 6 piercing damage.
It
on
makes
top
it
of-
stronger.
Oh no!
Let me see if it has.
Well, it's all right. So it says provoke an opportunity attack from you.
When it
When
enters, it doesn't talk about how it enters.
Yeah, it says
That's
when it
that's the
enters.
question. It's not when it moves.
It is immune to your elemental damage.
Oh, fair.
So,
That's
6
cool.
piercing.
Love it. I like learning things. Have we sort of determined that the AC is like 15, 16?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's 15.
It is 15.
Because I know 14 minutes, and I saw that the 15 for the longbow hit. So there you go.
Excellent.
Jamro.
All right, so Jamril sees Cazador kind of dash out of the arena of battle, and he can barely see just a sliver of her from where she is. So he will healing word her for 11 points. And then he just kind of marches forward just one step with purpose and casts Dissonant Whispers again.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh my god, another nat 20.
And it just, nothing happens once again, but he's got this look of stubbornness on his face.
Hey, you forced it to waste a crit on saving against the thing that never works.
It's
and
not
now
the way
not
dice
going-
work. Oh my gosh.
Too many math people in this group.
Anything else for your turn?
No,
Are you
sir.
just going to end your turn still holding the pose?
That was action, bonus action, yeah. And he is just marching with purpose, like one step at a time.
I love it.
Longtooth.
Yes, sir. So yeah, he's going to jab at said pig again, and that's going to miss. And then he
9
is
is
going
going to miss.
back up again.
Okay. Just keep pushing the pig into Longtooth. And
Yeah,
hi, kitty.
he sets
Alone.
his spear. He's ready.
Illum is going to go back to Old Faithful.
What's up, Dice Tyrants?
An 18 to hit with Eldritch Blast for 5 damage.
It will then take 5 force damage. Meow. Meow what meow?
It heard the dissonant whispers.
Yeah.
Came running.
Yep, it'll take its force damages. Anything else?
I think she's good for the moment.
Rathian. Giant pig in your face. Sorry, I have the hiccups.
I am muted. Let's give him the inflict wounds treatment. Shit.
You missed.
Arg.
Damn it!
The damage roll is so good,
you
though.
You have Jamrel's
You do.
long distance
That's right.
shoulder
I
rub,
got the long distance shoulder rub.
and even if you roll a 1, it works.
It'll hit.
Boom! And
25.
Hey.
Whoa.
I don't have a way of showing y'all this, but it has exactly 25 hit points left.
Oh yes! Girl kills again.
Well,
wait.
Give us that. How do you want to do this,
Comes
dude?
down the same throw.
Give us this. Oh, it gets a save against
Yeah.
inflict wounds?
Is there a half damage for it?
I don't
Or
think
no,
so.
no, it's just attack roll. You're right.
No, it's a 2
Yeah,
hit.
it's a attack roll.
Oh, let me check real quick. I don't want to
No, I think you're right.
fudge nothing. Yeah, it's just on hit.
Yeah, it's
Unless it resists
It's-
necrotic.
that's a magical attack, so it does not resist.
So as it like comes down on my shield, I'm gonna block it, and then bash it back so that its head rears up. And I'm going to throw my mace down into the ground and reach up with that empty hand and just grab it by the throat. And I'm going to strangle the life out of it as I dump necrotic energy through it.
Awesome.
And like the black smoke's coming out of its mouth as it's squealing.
You can hear the hum as the stones get brighter and brighter, and like lightning starts striking kind of all around you as Varathian starts just strangling this pig. Another tree somewhere down the hill is struck by lightning and explodes, and flames shower about. And then like the stones get almost to a point of blinding, and then everything fades out, including the pig's eyes. And there's a little bit of electricity that comes off the tusks and kind of arc up Rathian's arm, and the thing slumps into a heap atop the 2 orcs and the dead deer.
And then I spit on Vera, and I walk past a loom and go smoke by the trees.
Her name's not even Vera. She lied to you.
I spit on her.
That's what she gets for lying.
Oh, yeah, exactly. She got what she deserved.
Yeah, it definitely had 30 hit points left and 5 force damage, and then the long distance shoulder rub MVP move right there.
Again.
Yeah, he got the block, and then as he was blocking it, he remembered the shoulder rub, and he's like, "I got this."
And you know what? Jamrel's forehead is still smoldering a little bit from that lightning bolt, and he's just gonna follow Rathian over to where he's smoking.
Look over at him, kind of confused for a second as he's got it.
You got another one of those, friend?
Without a second thought, pulls one out for you.
It's
amazing.
I love it.
Longtooth will scoop up Rathian's mace and toss it at his feet while he's smoking.
The storm overhead is going to start to dissipate, by the way.
Is the boar still in the circle, or did it like...
There's a giant dead boar laying there.
It is there? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Loom sort of wanders into the center, peers down at Vera, and just kind of basically says what would basically be a curse, and says, may the ancestors rot your soul for the rest of eternity. She just stares down at this creature, looks to Xanth, and says, are there more?
So Xanth is going to respond to you and say, well, there are the caves at the bottom of the hill. Based on the amount of noise and stuff we just made, though, I would imagine that we would have attracted any orcs in the area. We can always scout them out, but I feel like having killed the 3 half-orcs that were conducting in the rituals, it might help break any of the warband that's left.
We should be sure of it, but I need a rest first.
And we should do it in 10 minutes or less.
Short rest. Yes?
No.
Well, Alum for
Short
sure
rest?
needs a short rest.
Okay.
She's got 2 hit points or 3 hit points.
Longtooth looks at Alum. I have to wonder, are you angry at Vera or yourself?
No, I'm angry at myself.
That was a heavy curse you laid upon her.
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean, Longtooth will stand watch over his compatriots while they get their short rest in, kind of keeping an eye out for any orcs that might be coming up at us. Assuming that nothing happens, I think we will probably try to quickly scout out these caves and make sure that they're clear of any
Totally.
unwanted.
Thank you to the chat.
Okay, you have northwest, northeast, and southeast.
We'll do northwest.
I'll join you.
I assume everyone's joining me, right? We'll wait for the short rest to be
Yeah,
over.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I
All
need,
right.
I'll use my last 2 hit dice.
We appreciate that, you Yahoo, for realsies. I am now seeing that for some reason, yeah. Once OBS reconnected, I lost about 5 decibels on my mic for some reason. That's weird. I'll make some adjustments in OBS.
Loom is currently at 11 hit points.
Yeah, I lost.
Did we get a Song of Rest? Oh, nice, Zook. That's awesome. That helps.
As long as nobody else is moving off to scout more or do anything else, yes, Jammerl will calm himself and play a Song of Rest.
That was weird.
Great. I got an extra 1.
If Alum still looks injured, Zook will probably heal her.
Yeah, Loom's pretty beaten.
So definitely.
All right, guys, we got like 5 minutes to the end of the episode, but I want y'all to be able to search through these caves. So do all the healing and stuff, but I'm going to get straight to describing things because got to keep the wife happy.
Yep.
So you get to the northwest cave, and there's stone arches, basically, just like the Stonehenge up on the hill. Well, there's stones around the entrance of the cave, and at the top of this cave, there is a carving of a boar chasing after a stick figure humanoid.
Okay, enter.
Okay, I'm gonna drag your tokens. Y'all can actually, yeah, fine. We'll just do it this way.
Jammerl will pop down and ritually cast Detect Magic, I guess, just before the entrance, and then he'll catch up as soon as he can.
Sure. Cazador disappeared into the forest. And I just killed the stream because it can't see y'all's tokens. There we go.
There it is.
Y'all can see? Everyone can see? Sweet. So you walk in, and there is a boar and a pin to your right-hand side. And hang on, I gotta open another handout. Make sure I got everything for you. The way this one is detailed out is weird. For anyone who's running the adventure, you actually have to have both handouts open. The gate to this room is lashed shut with rope. It holds a boar. Looks to just be a normal pig. It's not enchanted with lightning or anything weird. And is just kind of munching on some carrots and some other slop, just kind of chucked into the pin there. As you come around that next turn, there is a cell. The gate to the cell is lashed shut with rope. It doesn't appear to have anything in there right now, but there does appear to be animal droppings. So maybe the deer from earlier was held in this cell. And then there is a much larger open room. It's an unfurnished room. There's niches in the wall that hold clay dishware, wooden utensils, gathered berries, and bundled herbs. And then a couple of creepy totems, kind of like the ones you saw on the tree in the woods. Detect Magic Boy.
Yeah, Illum is going to start looking for things with her Eldritch Sight.
Yep. Detect Magic goes off. The floor is dirt, but it's not enough dirt to block Detect Magic, and you get a glow from under one of the squares, basically, and you can dig it up by hand. It's that shallow, and there is a potion, and it's like a silvery liquid in a glass vial.
Oh, what's this?
Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, passes it to Zook.
Can I try to identify what it is?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
Alrighty. Arcana would be
19 or a 19.
Potion of Invulnerability.
oh
And
wow.
then Longtooth, you got to the end of that passage. There is you come up to this passage, and there's a wooden ladder that's lashed together by vines, and it leads up to what appears to be the bottom of a trap door.
Yeah, I'll go up.
I can
You go
see
up
why
it?
you didn't want us to miss the caves.
Hey, you go up and you get to the top and you open the trap door, and it's one of those things where there's like a little bit of brush and like a fake bush on the lid of the door, and you open it and you're just on top of the hill.
Okay. I think we will make our way around to the northeast cave.
Sure. I'm going to drag a bunch of tokens and probably accidentally get a pig. Damn it, a loom.
I am
You got me.
releasing that boar from its captivity.
Okay. Y'all are probably in a wall, so just give me a second while I move stuff. Apologies to the stream. But
The boar was brought with us, so
He's my friend now.
I love it.
It's definitely Cazador's pet now.
Looks
There you go.
suspiciously like bacon.
For some reason, she had advantage on that roll.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. It's because I freed it.
Yep. I'm going to try to do this, and we'll see. If you refresh, I think the dynamic lighting is finally turned off. Same thing in here. There is a pig. It's in a pen. There is another pen that has a deer in it that doesn't pay you much mind at all. And then there is another living chamber. I'm assuming that you still have your detect magic and sight going. So let me make sure that this is the right cave. Doesn't matter. You're going to find it anyway. So I say it's in this one. There's a glow from under the floor. Do you choose to dig it up?
after inspecting it
As
carefully.
long as it's not evocation, because I have detect magic.
Yeah, a loom does too. I just haven't been using it.
You dig it up, and it's a really spiffy looking middle shield.
Oh,
Yeah. Here you go,
Rathian!
Rathian.
Rathian! Where are you? Look what I found!
I'm outside for some reason.
Something to make you feel better about your horse dying.
Sorry I killed your horse, but here's
Does it
a
have a
plus.
horse on the shield?
If it
You know
doesn't,
what?
it
Yes,
will.
it does. Yes, it has a black stallion like head
Excellent.
motif on the shield.
We'll call it the Timeless Shield.
Rathian gets all the loot in
Timeless
this party.
shield.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and then you can climb up the trapdoor, and you're back on top of the hill again. Yay!
Okay, we'll go to the last cave.
And the last cave, I don't know if there was anything spiffy in that one. Above the second cave, by the way, was nothing.
floor.
It was bare. The southeast cave, carved on the stone above the mouth of the cave, is a pictograph depicting 3 stick figure humanoids being struck by lightning. But none of your magical... Yes, 3 people, 1 bolt that splits and hits all 3.
Accurate. That's how it works.
Yep.
Right?
I feel like most lightning bolts that she threw hit 3 people, so you know. This is Vera, whose name that you don't know is not actually Vera, and she keeps no treasure in here. So you give it a good once over, but there's nothing fancy in here.
The orc formerly known as Vera.
Indeed.
Yep.
The smudge, formerly known as
She
Vera.
wasn't even a full orc. She was only a half orc.
Mhm.
Pathetic.
But that is where we're going to wrap this session up, is you guys have successfully murdered all of the orcs committing dark rituals here in the woods. And
We cleansed the place
You
of
have-
foul magics. So we
you have
didn't murder
cleansed.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Xanth is eternally grateful for you cleansing his woods of the dark spirits and foul magics, and hopefully driving off the rest of the orcs. Any of he tells you that any of the patrols that might come back to this place and see that they're, and he motions to the dead pig, and he's like, God has been killed, will likely be driven off. Hopefully the threat of the dragon, they will continue north and stay gone from our lands forever. And each of you feels a warm fuzzy glow inside as you reach level 5.
I'll take it. Cool.
You got a handout for that shield?
Yeah, I do. I'll do it at another point. I'll probably do it from the laptop upstairs.
That's fine.
After the game.
We're out anyway.
Yep, but that's the session. And chat brings up a valid point about there being no great monk items in this game. So I'm going to do some research. And I have some ideas. He also mentions the Claws of the Mind from Horde of the Dragon Queen. I was looking at swapping the Dragon Slayer sword, like I said, to be some punchy, like, tooth things. I being... fuck it, wing it DM may start next session by saying that you found treasure in Vera's cave and it was a sweet set of gauntlets or something and they're all like half orky and cool. But I don't got time for that because the baby is crying and the wife demands money. So we will not be playing next week because we'll be down a third of our players because they want to go to Florida.
Well, one of us does.
Which is also Georgia.
Yeah, it starts in Georgia, it goes to Florida, and then back to Georgia, and then maybe Tennessee for a little while.
Georgia.
Who knows?
But next week, Gregory and I will be doing session 0 of a Star Wars game. So if you're here and you're listening, you should definitely come by and check that out because we're going to be doing some character building and some backstory building and all sorts of fun stuff. And then join us the following week as 6 intrepid adventurers take on the Dragon of Icespire Peak. Because
And by intrepid, you mean crazy, right?
yeah,
Yep.
they're getting hardcore railroad. Next session is the dragon fight. Like it's our last session before we got to shut down for good. So they have to fight the dragon. So saith the DM.
Like we step out of the cave and it's just right there.
It is no longer the Dragon of Icespire Peak. It is the dragon of this circle of rocks.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording here. Bam.
All right.
Yahoo, before I shut down the stream proper, despite the fact that I'm killing the recording, we had only planned it to be a 6 to 7-ish week game, and we keep getting real life things that come up, and our boy Zook's got to go back to class, and since he's on the other side of the globe, cannot be waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to put on goggles and put up with us nerds for 3 hours. And then I've got other games scheduled and I've got school starting myself and the wife's going back to work, and it's just, we thought we would have been done in mid-September. So going all the way to mid-October is kind of pushing our luck.
It's a good surprise though. It's been a lot of fun.
Especially considering that this is just like a intro box that's like surface deep on a lot of its descriptions and is very much catered to like new people, grabbing 6 veteran like players and DMs and piling all y'all in here and not being like, man, this is boring. Screw the starter set. Where's my Mad Max Fury Road hell dungeon? But yeah, I've had fun. I hope they've had fun.
Oh, for sure.
It's been excellent.
Hey.
Too many faces I've found.
Yeah, I'm still on the combat map. I didn't even swap back to the face description.
We, you never know. We may do season 2 someday.
It could happen.
I have all of the stuff to take this adventure up to level 12. So if these crazy people can align a schedule, even if we only do it in like random one-shots and I chomp down some stuff. Ow.
Oops.
Yeah, sorry.
But I got to go, y'all.
All right.
Thank you.
Toodles.
Have a good
See you
night.
in 2 weeks.
Bye, folks.
Bye.